All right, everybody, welcome back to today's lesson, Improving Your Health. Ralph Waldo Emerson says that the first wealth is health. So what that means is that we need to be able to be conscious of our health, and we need to be aware of what state our health is in, and we need to be constantly making improvements to our health. It's common to neglect our health during active addiction or while we're living an unhealthy lifestyle. So of course, part of finding a new way to live is becoming aware of our current state of health and taking consistent action to improve it. What I want you to do today is to start increasing your self-awareness on how you've treated your health, how you've treated your body, how you've treated your mind, and then be aware of where there is room for improvement, and of course, incorporate this into your action plan for taking further challenge. So I want you to be aware of what current state your health is in, and of course, be able to connect with the right resources to be able to improve your health. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they say that drinking enough water every day is good for overall health, which sounds like basic common knowledge, but a lot of people don't actually practice that into their daily life. So think about that. On an average day, how much water do you drink? And what is the appropriate amount of water that is healthy for somebody to have a healthy body and a healthy mind? Because there's so many benefits just to drinking an adequate supply of water that a lot of folks actually neglect doing. So I know a lot of people, and I have personal experience with living an unhealthy lifestyle, and can remember times and days where, there'd be, oftentimes where I didn't drink any water. And if I did, it would be very limited. So I want you to just kind of reflect and think about the actual impact that drinking enough water actually has on your body. Water can also help with managing body weight and reducing caloric intake when substituted for drinks with calories. Some people drink so much pop and then wonder why their health is decreasing, or that they have maybe some dental problems, or they just feel sluggish and their mind is not clear and they can't focus. That's from drinking too much soda. So when you replace the soda with water, what's going to happen is your body weight is going to start to, you're going to be better managed on your body weight. Your body is going to have less toxins in them. You're going to be able to think clearer. You're going to be able to have better focus. You're going to sleep better. You may have less headaches. There's going to be so many added benefits just to drinking enough water. And then to further that, take a look at what you eat. And you may not have a whole lot of control over what you eat right now, but down the road you will be able to have control over what you eat. So being aware of what we're putting into our body and how it affects our mind and how it affects our behavior and how it affects our actions and how it affects our long-term health is something that we need to definitely consider while we're finding a new way to live. Not drinking enough water can cause your body to overheat. It can cause constipation. It can cause kidney stones. And in general, you need to drink at least a half an ounce to an ounce of water for each body pound you weigh every single day. So that's a very easy calculation. You can just take how much you weigh and then divide that by half. And then that is a good estimate of how many ounces of water you should be drinking a day. Water keeps your temperature level normal. It lubricates your joints and your cushions. It protects your spinal cord and other sensitive tissues. It also gets rid of waste through urination, perspiration, and bowel movements. So how much water do you drink every day? So reflect back on the past 2, 3, 4, 5 days and just give me an average. Write down an average how much water you've drank on a day. That's not to say that that's going to cause some massive change in how much water you drink in the future. The point here is to be aware of how much water you're putting into your body and what it's actually the value of being able to drink more water. And then I want to ask you, are you willing to drink the required amount of water for 30 days and notice any results in your mental or physical health? So that's a challenge for you right there. I want you to first identify how much water is considered normal for your body weight, and then make a commitment to yourself for 30 days to drink the adequate supply of water, just to be aware of what type of changes happens inside your body. It's not always going to be a life-changing change, but there will be some change that you'll be able to notice. Maybe you'll be able to sleep better. Maybe you'll be able to think better. Maybe you'll be able to just feel a little bit healthier. And hopefully that is enough incentive to keep you drinking the adequate supply of water. And you can be aware of maybe you're drinking too much pop, or maybe you're drinking too much coffee, or drinking too much energy drinks, to be aware of what's going into your body and of course the impact that it's having. So in the workbook, you'll see a chart from the USDA the Center for Nutrition Policy and Promotion. I want you to take a good look at that because it breaks down the food groups, and it's a suggested breakdown of the main food groups. Now, I know that everyone's different and everyone has different nutritional values and different nutritional needs, but I want you to be aware of what the CDC recommends as a normal healthy lifestyle, a normal healthy diet. That way you can start to identify where there's areas of unhealthiness in your life and what you can do to improve that. So of course, down the road, once you're succeeding and once you're accomplishing your goals, I want you to be able to have this in the back of your mind. That way you're aware of what your health is like and what state of health you're in. Because if we're continuing to make improvements in other areas of our life, like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, the first wealth is health. So that's one of the first things that we should consider on this Finding a New Way to Live journey is what is our health like? How are we maintaining our game piece? The one thing that we actually own in this life is our body, and what are we doing to actually maintain that right there? A healthy diet can protect the human body against certain types of diseases, particularly obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and some types of other skeletal conditions as well. So being able to have the adequate supply of water in our body is going to make our machine, our body, function at top notch. And that's the goal. We want to be able to not only succeed in our external world, we want our inner life, we want our body to be on the top of its game as well. So the question says, have I maintained a healthy diet in my life? So I want you to sit back and reflect and be honest with yourself. Have you maintained a healthy diet in your life? Has there been times in your life where you have been able to maintain a healthy diet? How did you feel? How did you look? How did you interact with others? How did that make you feel on the inside, on the outside? So what type of benefits did having a healthy diet at that point in your life, how did that make you feel? And then compare that to wherever you're at right now. If you have a good diet, that's wonderful. There may be some rooms for improvement that you may be able to acknowledge today, but I want you to be able to answer that question. Have I maintained a healthy diet in my life? Because it's going to be key to your long-term success. The last thing that I would ever want anybody to do is to achieve all their goals without being able to improve their health. So if you achieve all your goals without improving your health, you're not going to be able to enjoy the benefits of actually achieving these goals as long as you could had you had a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet. So if you haven't maintained a healthy diet, what can you do to improve? And it may not be about what you can do to improve right now. Maybe you can make a plan for down the road. Once I get a job and have a little bit more income coming in, one thing I plan to do is to do this. Or maybe I'll stop doing this. Or maybe I'll start doing a little bit more of that. So many people rely on processed food, fast food, and we neglect what it's actually doing to our health in the long run. 400 or 500 years ago, whenever there was no processed food, there was only only a few sources of food. That's why our ancestors were able to stay in pretty good physical health because they actually maintained a healthy diet. Now, over the years, as different types of nutritional guidelines and processes and processed food came along, what that's done over the years is that's created a lot of obesity in our country and in our culture and in our society. So if the only thing you can do is become aware of your own health and what the proper health guidelines are for yourself and become that change for you, maybe it will spread around and have a positive impact on others around you as well. So take a look at that, and I want you to be able to acknowledge where in this food group you can start making some improvements at. Like I said, it may not be able to be right now, but having that plan to change is important rather than just staying the same. The human body is a finely tuned biological machine capable of incredible feats of strength, intelligence, memory, learning, and balance, and the list goes on. But if we are not taking proper care of this machine, this finely tuned biological machine, it's not going to run proper. It's not going to last as long as it could had we have taken good care of our health and actually improved our nutrition and our diet and our water intake. So I want you to acknowledge, if one of your goals is to have a long life, if you want to live a long, healthy life, being able to incorporate a healthy diet, a healthy lifestyle is going to be key to you being able to succeed long term. You can take a look at the proteins, the carbs, and the fats, and the vitamins and the minerals that's inside of the food that you're eating if you want to get more scientific about it, to be able to study what is actually going in and compare that with what your body needs are. Anything you can do to increase your overall health is going to be beneficial for you in the long run. I want you to be able to keep your body at running tip-top shape, and I want you to be able to think clearly, and I want you to be able to focus on your goals. I don't want you to be clouded by any type of unhealthy distractions or any type of unhealthy habits that you have the ability to change. So today, I want you to acknowledge, and I want you to think about, and I want you to, to dream what it would be like to change your healthy lifestyle, your healthy food eating habits, your water intake. And I want this to be able to be a seed that grows long term. This was not intended to teach you anything about having a healthy lifestyle. This was intended to help you increase your self-awareness on what you are actually doing to either maintain a healthy diet or things that you're doing that are actually harming your body. So be aware and be knowledgeable and be resourceful in all the tools that you have that's available to you to increase your overall health. And down the road, after you've developed the discipline and the habits of having a healthy lifestyle, you'll feel a lot better about your life. So I hope that helps. Talk to you next time.